did everything I was supposed to do.
Yeah.
Coming again.
No.
Rose is here?
I just feel anxious. I don't know why I'm anxious. I just feel like unsettled.
Guess this leads to the castle.
The black would have been like if I saw him do it.
How long are you going to take?
Is that okay?
Yeah. Perfect.
I'm not supposed to be careful. I'm not supposed to be careful.
You stress about stuff that makes sense. Just don't get stressed about something that makes no sense.
I know. That's my problem.
You said forever, now I know Lopez.
Oh, yikes. The fuck was that?
us.
Whoa. It's okay. I'm not gonna hurt you. I'm just glad to see normal people at last. Have you seen any other survivors?
No. They're all in Louise's house. And she's not answering and the gate is locked.
Quiet, girl. He's an outsider. Oh. We're sitting ducks in here. Can the old man walk?
No. One of the monsters cut him. He's lost a lot of blood. We have to get into Louise's house.
Quiet. Must be a way inside. Stay here. Be quiet. Don't move until I get those gates open.
You want me to put the potatoes in?
Yeah.
Come on, it's clear.
Hurry.
Damn. You're welcome.
He's not used to relying on other people. I'm sorry. We'll be safe in here. Won't we?
Safer here than out there, that's for sure.
Hey,
do you know anything about what's going on out there?
It doesn't make any sense. Mother Miranda has always protected us.
Nobody's answer.
Father? We have to get inside. Just hold on a bit longer, Papa.
Hello? Anybody
home?
Maybe a familiar voice.
Louisa! Open up to me, Elena!
Stop shouting. You'll draw the monsters. Who's this? Stay back.
Father, for God's sake, Julian, let us in.
No, they'll smell the blood. You'll endanger us all.
My father will die out here.
That's not my problem.
What's going on? These people want to let a dying man into our home. Come now. These people are our friends. Go on. Go inside. Come now. This way. You're not from this village.
No. I mean,
Julian, go make yourself useful and check the grounds.
I said go.
Fuck.
What's the name of that game? Oh. So in class today we were reading a story about like fads or not. It was all about like inventions that people thought were crazy, like the telephone and the laptop. And one of the questions I asked was, what's an invention that like you were suspicious of? And this freaking kid, William Records, goes, William Records goes, I'm suspicious of the PlayStation 5. Is it really even that much better than the PlayStation 4? And I was like, well, actually, like, in my brief experience, yes. Like, the controller alone is way cooler. And then somebody else jumps in and is like, yeah, they say, like, sound comes out of it, and it's like a touchpad. I was like, yeah. I was like, well, not only that, I was like, but the vibration is different. And the girl was like, my PlayStation 4 controller vibrates. I was like, yeah, but that's different. I was like, the resistance and the vibration is different based on what you're doing. Like, it's really cool.
Yeah, but...
And then he goes, okay, Well, I'll give you that, Miss Bartlett. That is actually really cool. Because I didn't use Call of Duty, but I use like Spider-Man as an example of how you're like swinging and this shit changes. And and he's like, okay, fine. Well, then that's not really why I'm suspicious. I'm suspicious because I saw this article that said if you keep the PlayStation on for more than like 3 hours, it stays on permanently. You can't turn it off, and then it overheats, and people's houses are catching on fire. And I was like, I don't know. I'll have to let Will know to make sure that he keeps turning the PlayStation
the
off.
poor kid is just, he wants a PS5 so bad.
Yeah, and then the kid goes,
And he can't have one, so that's what I did.
yeah, well, because he goes, you finally got him a PlayStation 5 in the car, but like you actually found one, Will has it, he's using it, and I was like, yeah. And he was like, that's really cool. I was like, okay, so are you suspicious of the invention, or are you just jealous?
Literally take credit for finding it?
No. I told my homeroom what happened, but like I'm not going to tell all 5 of my classes. He just wasn't listening to me. I bring you in to keep me relevant. I don't sit there and like talk about you 24/7.
You don't have to talk about me 24/7, but don't sit here and take credit for finding it.
No, I didn't take credit.
Okay.
And then I got this really cute note today. So I had this really obnoxious class come in and they wouldn't stop talking. So I told my and he wrote Miss Bartlett, don't read this until everybody leaves. So I opened it up and it was like, Dear Miss Bartlett, I was so nervous to come to school because I've always hated it. And I really was not looking forward to your word study class because I hate phonics. But you're the best teacher ever. You make word study so fun. This is my favorite class. You're so funny. Like, I just love having you. He goes, you're my favorite teacher.
This because he's trying to get
Maybe
you to
my
bang
favorite
him.
teacher ever.
He's trying to get you to bang him. Yeah, he's trying.
You know what's disgusting? I never told you. We had this kid that he moved out like a week ago, and his last day, and I could have been hearing it, but he's in Jenna's class, so I have to watch her class at the end of the day. It was his last day, and he's moving schools the next day, and I could have sworn he said, Miss Bartlett, can I have a kiss? And I whipped around, and I was like, what did you just say? And I was like, really mean, and he was like, nothing. I didn't say anything. Nothing. It's like, ew, are you kidding me? That's disgusting.
Hey, they're fucking puberty aged.
I don't care. That's still just
They're
so
puberty
gross. But like
aged
in his
kids.
head, what did he think was gonna happen? Did he really think I was gonna be like,
No.
oh yes,
No.
hook her up? Like ew.
Calm down. You're
That's
crazy.
disgusting.
Why are you deflecting so much right now? Now it's even weirder.
I'm deflecting.
Babe, that's a normal 10 to 12-year-old kid thing. He probably went and told all his friends he was going to say it, and then he said it. And one of his friends overheard, and it was the funniest, coolest thing that they fucking heard ever. And then he went home and jerked off.
That's gross.
Okay, well that's big.
Like I don't want to ever be the focus of that. That's gross.
You're teaching puberty-age kids. Kids are jerking off to you. The thought of Miss Bartlett, so you can like.
That's just so gross. And I'm also glad I'm moving back to 4th grade because those kids aren't gross yet.
Yeah, they are.
Well, they're not openly gross yet. 5th and 6th grade is openly gross. There's a huge difference between 4th and 5th grade.
Well, yeah. But I'm just saying, they're. It's like huge difference in the general population, but to sit here and be like, they're not gross, like. I started jerking off in 3rd grade. And then I was a horny little kid in 4th grade at school. I love my fucking student teacher lady. 4th grade, one semester that I went. She was so hot. I don't think she actually is. But as a kid, I thought she was. So I'm just saying, like, you have no idea. Kids develop faster than other kids. Some kids aren't going to be horny until they're 16.
Yeah.
Some kids are going to be horny when they're fucking 7. So
I
like
must
to
have just
sit
been
here and
so
just like
innocent
act like you don't know what is going on and just I don't know.
Boys are gross. Until I started dating you and you would tell me your stories, I had no idea boys like started that stuff so blessed you so early. I kissed boys and stuff, but I hadn't really like done anything until I was like 16.
I didn't do anything with another girl until I was 17.
But he wanted to.
What you didn't want to?
I didn't really have like an interest. It was just like, then I got older and yeah, but girls just are different. I didn't walk around the school being like, oh, so hot, I just want to make out with them. Or so hot, I wish you would just touch my boob.
Now you.
About you. But I still, but like you say, I have this like crazy sex drive, but I still don't see like random people and think like, oh my god, they're so hot, I wish I would just bang you.
Say that. I'm sure there's certain celebrities or certain time you see
Ryan Reynolds, that's the only one.
like, he's like,
But you basically are Ryan Reynolds. You're funny, you're
not
sarcastic,
even close to it. I think
you're just not about to do it.
if I'm gonna be honest, I don't think he's ugly.
I like him. But that's like really the only one. Why do you always have to be like that? Why do you
No.
act like I'm some sex crazy
No,
person?
I'm not. I'm just saying you're a human being. Everybody's a human being. You don't have to be some sex craze where you see any good-looking guy and you're like, I want to fuck him. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it makes it almost even more suspicious as you're like, there's only one other guy in the entire world that I would even consider sleeping with, and that's Ryan Reynolds. Like, I know that's not true. You're a human being.
So
like,
you just
God,
met,
God,
like, you've
no.
met random people and you're like, man, she's
No.
a banger.
No, but yes, back in the time.
Well,
But no, I'm just saying, you don't think about like, hey, I want to bang her right now. You know, I don't get like, that's a sex act. That gets overwhelming urges, and it's just like, oh, I want to bang you right now. Like, that's what constitutes a sex or sex addict or a porn addict or whatever. But like, we all had, like, it's literally, it's in the Bible. God, Satan gives us temptation and sexual desires outside of our relationship and marriage, and that's what makes relationships so hard. It's not like we're sitting here actively, nobody has to actively be searching anything out, but it's like you see a hot guy, you see a hot girl, and it's like, damn, she's hot, damn, he's hot. And like that's part of, we're not in situations that we put ourselves in danger or in risk. But I'm just like, it's literally Satan puts temptation in our life. Like, nobody's perfect. Everybody is a human being. So, that's,
more sane.
no, but that's what I'm saying. Like, to sit here and you're like, the only other guy I even find attractive in the entire world is you and Ryan Reynolds. Like, to me, that's just like, what the fuck are you even talking about? Like, there's millions and millions of
So have you ever thought anybody you
good-looking
worked
guys.
with was cute? And I know you're just going to say no, but like, or like friends, girlfriends. I think you and Beef, if you would have met
Not like-
forever ago, I think you and Beef would have hit it off.
Yeah, not like that. Like, I've never looked at Beef, like, and thought, like, oh, I want to have sex with her. But Beef's good looking. That one girl at Vivex, Cody,
You have to show me.
she was like this super annoying one that was in the back of Vivex. When we were like having that beer or whatever, that was like flirting with Hunter the whole time. Dark-haired girl.
What did she put
She
up?
looked like a
What's
squirrel.
that small word for a dick she called herself?
Oh, Chody.
Is that her?
Yes, that was her.
Yeah, we can
Like,
hate her.
yeah, that one, like, that girl, like, me and Hunter were both like, she's good looking. We both think she's good looking. She's psycho. And neither of us like her. Like that.
So she's good looking.
But,
See,
like,
maybe
no,
it's
there's
just
nobody,
different
like, it's
because
not like I sat there and looked at her and was like, I want to fuck her. I want to have sex with her. But she's good looking. Like I can admit that she's good looking, and like that's human beings, Cassie. Though, like we're like that's what makes relationships work and not work.
Does that look tender or no? Should I take these out?
My old boss from Target. Can't remember her name.
I just must have
I
worked
thought
with.
she was hot.
See, my brain must just be weird, or I must work with weirdos. Cause like at my jobs, Walmart, I work with all old people. Kroger, I work with weirdos. And then O'Charlie's, they were all weird too. So like.
No. That bartender guy you were into a little bit. Don't even. We both went to the bar one time and he came and started flirting with you hard. You blushed immediately.
Who?
I don't know what his name was.
What did he look like?
He was decent looking. I think his wife or fiance or girlfriend worked at O'Charlie's too.
Oh, George?
I don't know. I'm just saying, like, he came over and flirted and he's like, "What's up, girlie?" And like you immediately, your face immediately went red and you were
I
like,
just get uncomfortable.
no. And you immediately, right when he said it, you looked at me and you were like, "Hey, this guy, he thinks he's hot and he's not." And then like you were just smirking. Like, I'm just saying, like,
I know
hey,
which one you were talking
I'm just,
about.
yes, you do.
Rogers,
Okay, yeah, like you thought he was hot. Like, don't sit here and be like,
No,
there's
okay.
nobody in your entire work existence that you ever were like,
Well, I guess here's like
he's good looking. Like,
the way
I'm
I
not
guess.
saying you're like sitting here wanting to bang him,
Yeah.
but like, no, you like that guy,
Well, so
and
here's
he
the
flirted
thing.
with
The
you.
way my brain works is like Roger, when I first met him, and you're not going to believe me, but when I first met him, he reminded me of an old version of you, because your hair was similar, your build was similar, so I was like, okay, maybe this guy's cute. And then, like, we started working together, and it's like, ew, no, like, you're just gross. Like, that man got fired for sexual harassment.
Okay, but I'm just saying, yes, hindsight's 20/20. We can all sit here and be like, hey, that person.
But like even in the moment, like let's just say I got hired on, I was like, ooh, that bartender's cute. But then you work with them 2 times and it's like, okay, now you're not cute. Like, ew.
I don't know. It didn't seem like that when we sat there at the bar. I'm just saying, like, you don't have, like, that's my point, though. Like, that's my point. It's like, you realize that he was a weirdo, you didn't like him. Okay, that's perfect.
But even stuff like that, it just changes. Because in my head, it even goes from, okay, I thought you were cute, and now I know you, and I no longer think you're cute.
Okay, then that's
like I can't think of
that's
a person I've met where I'm like, okay, they were cute, and then they were still cute.
no. Yes, you're just playing. You're playing.
No, I'm honestly not.
There's somebody like, and I'm not. I'm not saying that it's going to be a ton of people, but like even it's literally what human nature is, though. Like that's why God invented us the way He made us. Was to have those internal battles and struggles. Like my mom, in my mind, is the most perfect person ever.
And Grandma Sherry banged Floyd and then didn't let a single man since.
Okay, but I'm just saying, exactly.
Well, she had one guy.
There's
There's
no way that there was any point in her life you really think that human nature, like we all crave certain things. You really think human nature that in Grandma Sherry's entire life, she really. In Grandma Sherry's entire life, you really think she only saw 2 people that she was ever attracted to? Like, it's just silly to think.
Yeah.
And I'm
That's
like,
just the way she portrayed herself.
no, and that's the way we would want to portray ourselves, right? Like, we would want to portray ourselves to our kids that nobody else is as good looking or as perfect as your mom or dad in their eyes. But, like, that's part of being human being. That's what, like, it's literally in the Bible, Genesis, Adam and Eve. Adam and Eve invented that lust for stuff. So, like, it's part of it.
I guess I read that chapter and I didn't get that.
Huh?
I guess lust, I didn't get lust, I just got like, it's natural to want to rebel.
No, I mean,
But I'm not
You
saying
did,
I'm not saying you're wrong.
you did though.
Did what? Get the message?
No, I'm just saying in a different way. Like maybe you weren't sitting here like you're craving and pulsating for sex. I'm not saying that, but like, I mean, and I'm not. Don't get mad at me. I'm not rehashing anything to get you upset. But I'm just saying, like Seth, that was out of nowhere for nothing.
Yeah.
You wanted to talk to Trevor. Remember we got into that big fight because I went through your iPad and saw you texting that one Megan or whatever, and it's like, well, I have two choices, Will and a guy in the military. And he's coming over to hang out. And then he came over and watched Frozen at your house while we were talking. Like, I'm just saying, like, it may not have been you, like, sitting there like, hey, I want to have sex with this guy. But that's part of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so
Like, I'm not saying, like, but I'm just saying for you to sit here and act like you've never felt anything or done anything, like you have, maybe not in this like crazy, like sex craze thought process, but like, I mean, you have, we all have. Like anything, like since we've been together, neither of us have done anything. Not saying anything like that.
Maybe you're just covering up for your secret girlfriend.
No, I mean you.
I'm kidding.
I'm just saying, like I was at a house today. It was a hot mom. She had 2 kids. Her husband was at work. She was a hot mom. And the first thing when she answered the door was like, whoa. I was not expecting that. All my clients are old, middle-aged, whatever, and she was fucking like 30 and pretty good looking, and then like, whoa. And I didn't nothing flashed in my head like, oh, I want to have sex with her right now. You know, like that's what like sex act, like that's what leads to rape and shit. Like nobody, I'm not saying that. Nobody's like, but it's like that's a good looking person. Like we're all human beings. That's part of our journey. Nice. Just the bone injury back. It's the same thing you bought. It's the same thing you normally buy, but
Oh, I'm sorry, that's what it's doing for.
they cut this bone off of so the ones you. I was going to do the boneless, but I looked at them and they look.
Not good. more butter?
Or something more salt.
I didn't put any salt in it. So a little bit more butter. He's asking as much as the salt. Is there anything left in it?
The what?
The salt. Like Brandon on Survivor, who said that football lingerie model was attractive and he knew he had to stay away from it.
No, like, yeah, and he made it, like, way
He
more
made it
dramatic. But, like, it was true, and the guy he was talking to played it up like, oh, Brandon's a weirdo. But, like, that girl was hot.
I mean, you don't become a lingerie model if you're not hot. Or a lingerie football player.
And everybody was, like, playing it up like, oh, Brandon's creepy. But, like, that fucking creepy old dude with the mustache that's
Rick?
Rick,
Did you watch who won that one?
that season,
Yeah.
did it finish? I already knew who did,
No.
because I remember the winner for
We
Winners
got,
of War.
I can't remember it. We got to, I think there were 5 left.
I mean,
Brandon
I'm
went
gonna tell
home.
you that if you don't remember who won. I remember who won about halfway through.
Is it Albert? Is it Albert?
No. You know who won.
Is it Coach? Did he finally pull it out? I don't remember what Winners of War
No,
though.
you just have to finish it. Coach would have been there if he won Winners at War. Coach is a fan favorite. I want to see it. Huh? It's the mustache chick.
Oh, yeah.
She was like one of
But I don't remember her mustache.
No, but I remember her at Winners of War. Like, she was one of the, like, 5. We didn't remember her. We didn't remember the black dude, Wendell.
Yeah.
There was, like, 4 we didn't remember.
Yeah, but the other ones I've been able to pick out.
No,
like,
I know, because she got voted off early on Winners at War, and she was the most insignificant winner we've ever had.
But I still kind of want to finish the season to see like how she wins it.
It makes you, does make you wonder how much Jeff hates.
Her?
No, some of the other winners. That she was picked because of how forgettable she was. You know?
Yeah.
So Jeff must have really hated, I mean, I don't know what winners were left out. Winners of War, there've been 40 seasons, they only picked half of them. So the black chick that won season 2 or 3, they brought Ethan back.
That's why I grabbed her in the courthouse. Yeah, but some of them are just so iconic, even if they're 20 years removed, you have to try to get them back.
No, I agree. But that's what I'm saying. You have to get Rob, Sandra, because you can get Ethan back, get him back. But I'm just saying, like, there were 20 winners that they were
So
like.
Wentworth still hasn't won? You just thought she won?
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think she was ever in. She must have been in, like season 39 or 38 or something. And we must have just thought. Well, you put it in my head that she won.
Yeah, I really thought she won.
The problem is, like, it's just the way Survivor has changed over the years, I guess.
Some of the
And they're
changes
just-
I'm happy about. Some
No.
of them not so much.
No,
Like, I think it's way too fast paced now. Like, they start shit way too soon.
yeah. Yeah.
And then it makes the season not as exciting because he gets to like the merge and you're like, alright.
No, and that's why a lot of seasons, like in the middle, got horrible reviews. Because it was like these fucking. I mean, think about that fucking one season with Courtney.
Yeah.
Like Courtney made it to the final, James got voted off, like first person in the merge. And it was just like everybody was just like, we don't care how things work.
You're gonna scrape your hand on my ring. Almost scratched your balls. Think I scratched your hand? It's dangerous.
I didn't mean to stop. I didn't do that on purpose. But no, yeah, it's changed in the last 10 seasons. It's just like, but that's like a guy like Malcolm and Joe.
Mm-hmm.
Those guys would have won.
Yeah.
Those guys would have beat Ethan.
And they were deserving to have they.
Yeah. Those guys would have beat Ethan back in the day, but things fucking, now it's like you have to be a retarded little weak bitch or an Asian or something.
Or like Tyson, how many seasons did it take Tyson to win? That man should have won his first one.
Tyson played himself twice though. He was really good, he was a challenge beast, but that dude played himself twice. Remember he voted himself out in Heroes Villains? Heroes Villains, he was just like, the whole tribe was like, hey, we're voting this way. He was like, I just don't feel comfortable voting that way. I'm going to vote a different way. And the whole tribe was like, well, fuck it, we're getting rid of Tyson then. Like, he literally voted, Bo called me. Because that's when Bo started, he was watching Heroes Villains, the second one on Netflix. And he was like, yo, what the fuck did Tyson just do? And he fucking took himself out of the game. But like, James should have won, played himself. Rupert should have won.
James was just stupid. Rupert has a labor problem.
Rupert should have won. Rupert would have won easily if he didn't fucking like
that blood versus
get all
water.
like weird.
Oh, I was gonna say he should have won
He
blood versus water. He wouldn't have switched.
Well, who knows what would have happened, blood versus water? But that one, like, remember when he tried to build the shelter in the sand?
Yeah.
And then everybody was like, yo, no, we shouldn't do this.
Yeah.
And then immediately, like, he played himself that round.
Yeah.
He would have won that season.
Yeah, because he was way too pushy about that. He had the whole
but
team commit,
remember,
and then that guy was
but he made it to top 6.
Yeah.
And Russell played the entire Heroes tribe.
Yeah.
Remember, the entire Heroes tribe was like, hey, JT sent him the fucking idol, the whole squad was behind it.
Yeah.
And then he came over and Russell was like, oh, they played an idol, they did this, they did this. And then everybody, they just bought it. Like, Russell... So,
the only good thing, would you rewatch
early
seasons of Survivor? Because I would rewatch some of those.
No, I definitely want to rewatch. I want to rewatch Ethan's season. Because I feel like that was like the peak of like surviving. I mean, that Australia, the Outback one or whatever, when they were just fucking... Yeah. They were looking at little creeks trying to drink water and shit. That was like crazy. Yeah. But you see some of the better guys, like in the early half of it, and I feel like everybody had a good chance to win, and they played themselves. Mm-hmm. Rob came back, he knew how the game was changing, and he fucking raped.
He was like right on the cusp, like he could almost see what the game was going to turn into. He was like right before
Rob was
that is one guy I will say
knew.
he is probably the best Survivor player.
Yeah, he just knew what was going on. Yeah, he's probably the best. But like guys like Joe and Malcolm, Ozzy.
I didn't like Ozzy.
I didn't like Ozzy. This season Ozzy got kind of dickheady.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like guys like that, he got mean and dickheady because it changed. And he grew up watching the early seasons of Survivor with Ethan, Rupert,
and I think that's the problem
James.
with these people that like talk on that come in and like, I'm a diehard Survivor fan. I was like, no, you're a diehard old Survivor fan.
No, but
You don't know how to play
Cochran
new
came back and won.
Yeah, probably because he
Obviously.
went back and studied the new
Yeah,
version.
no,
but of
I
course,
think
when on the
Cochran
first
knew.
one-
No, I think Cochran knew what to do. He was just so odd and backwards. I think he rewatched the tape and was just like, I just need to talk less. You watched the season he won. When we were watching, it was like, what's special about Cochran, man? Why do people like this guy?
But now we
Remember
watched
us
the
both
first
thinking
season,
that, and then
yeah.
us watching the first season, it's like, oh, this guy's hilarious. He's great. I think he knew everything he needed to do. His personality got in the way, and he fucked himself.
Yeah.
Second time, he was just like, hey, I'm not going to talk. People don't like me. Like, people don't like my personality. Like, yeah, it's
Yeah,
too
because I will
too
say
much.
the second season when he gets that loved one visit, I was shocked with how awkward his girlfriend was compared to how he was acting. But you know,
But
in real
you see
life,
that
he's
first
just
season.
as awkward.
You see that first season when they would flash certain things he was saying, it was like, dude, what the fuck did you just
So
say?
that's what I mean, like that girlfriend is perfect for him. But if you only watch the second season, you're like, what the fuck?
But like,
Okay.
I just feel like Malcolm, Joe, maybe not Ozzy, because Ozzy was more of a Rupert type character where he got let his emotions get in the way. How many times?
I guess I'd have to go back and rewatch his first couple seasons because that third season, I don't think his emotions got in the way. I think
he got weird.
He
and it
came
was,
in knowing I'm the pro. I'm going to be like Rob. They're going to do exactly what I want, and then they didn't, and he didn't know how to recover from that.
It was just weird how mad he got. It was like Rupert-y. He was just
Well,
like,
then he
dude,
sacrificed
calm the fuck down.
himself to go to redemption,
Which worked.
just to not
It
come
worked.
back.
No. He came back. And then they voted him right back off and now he's back. No, that worked out perfectly.
No, because he got voted off again. It would have worked perfectly if he came back and stayed back, but I think he burnt too many bridges.
Okay, but no, he has burnt bridges, too many bridges before. No. But that's what I'm saying. That's where Survivor got whacked. That's what I'm saying.
He's playing right there. Survivor got whacked.
Well, no, I'm just saying, like, that's Ozzy. That's why I threw Ozzy in the Joe and Malcolm category. Because everybody wants to keep them around the entire game. The minute the merge happens, they're the first one's gone. Because everybody's so afraid of them.
Yeah.
So, like, no, Ozzy's plan worked perfectly. They needed to get rid of that chick to keep the numbers. They kept the numbers. And in his mind, it worked perfectly. And it was like, hey, like, we did what we needed to. We have the numbers. And his tribe immediately, the minute the merge happened, they were just like, he's going to win every challenge. The minute he wins the challenge, we got to get rid of him.
Yeah.
And, like, that's all newer age Survivor shit.
I'm going to just throw that. You're not going to use this, right?
I mean, how many seasons did we watch James at least hang until, like, the sixth person left or fifth person left?
Yeah.
Where nowadays, James would be gone third episode. They'd see him and just be like, we got to vote him off. Right?
Yeah.
We got to get rid of him right now. That's why I think I would do so good in Survivor. Because they get rid of guys like Hunter and Caleb. Like, they sit here and they like to talk. But it's just like, you guys aren't fans of the show. We would kill them in Survivor. It's like, yeah, you guys watch the challenges and think you'd be good. The minute we lose, I'm getting rid of you. Within a second, blink of an eye, I would vote off Hunter and Caleb.
Yeah.
Because it's like they're big. They're big guys. They're going to eat more food. They're going to complain more. They're going to think that they're doing more work. Like, we've seen it for 40 seasons. Like, we know exactly how guys like that work.
I was just going to ask you something. We need to find into the portal tonight and see, because I don't know why we haven't gotten an email back one way or the other yet. I wonder if it's just sitting in our...
I checked yesterday. There was nothing.
I'm going to be really pissed if they put this off until the 14th, so that then they can't give us that guaranteed rent and we end up paying that 18.
this apartment from 3 years ago?
This place?
No.
Waterford.
Yeah. That's the apartment we're moving to from 3 years ago.
Hopefully they approve of it.
This guy said he bought a garage back to the building. And he said he would park his personal car in the garage, and then if you pay for the garage, you get the parking spot right outside the garage.
Yeah.
And you put his work car there. And it just so happened to be right underneath the balcony, like a porch. And they were just letting their dog out to piss right off the porch, and it was just leaking all over his car.
Damn.
And he was just like, for 2 weeks before I realized, I was tracking dog urine right into my apartment, walking through wet, getting into my car. Because he would just, he would just see it's wet, and he's like, initially I thought it was like the gutter or something. Then he said, the final straw, I was walking out to my car, and I heard commotion on the porch right above me. And then I just see a small green bag fly over.
They just threw the...
They just tossed the dog poop, and their dog just pissed through through the cracks of the porch.
Let it go. So what was, before telling my opinion, what was your opinion of that Ritzy place in Castle Rock that DNA tests all their dogs?
No, I love that.
Really?
Yeah.
She told me that, and in my head I was like, for a non-dog owner, that's such a waste of fucking money.
No,
like, just
no,
avoid the dog shit.
Literally, read the Waterford on Main apartment.
Do they just talk about dog shit like
Literally the only negative reviews on them is just like there's dog shit everywhere. And you don't know. You don't know. Like, I see dog shit out in the rocks, and it's like these giant, and it's like, but how do you know who's doing this? It's like, what am I going to do? Send an email and be like, hey, there's dog poop all over my complex. And it's like...
Or just like when you get, hey, there's dog piss all over the carpet.
Then they're going to send an email to our entire building. Hey, we got a complaint. Please be aware of your dog shit. This, I love that. That's what I was thinking, because I saw all these reviews. And literally the only negative recent reviews at our place, or at the new place, is there's dog shit everywhere. Like, people don't clean up their dog shit. And it was just like, that place has it figured out. They scare, even if they don't actively do it that much, just seeing that on the lease, that's brilliant. People are immediately just going to be like, ah, fuck. Like, I don't. And now what? They take your dog's DNA. Your dumbass lease poop one time, $250. $250. Do it again. See what the fuck happens. Another $250. I don't know. I thought that was the only thing about the other department. Oh yeah. The only thing about the other apartment that I liked was the doggy DNA shit, honestly.
Okay, totally off topic. This is what I was going to tell you. This marble butter thing that I have, I've wasted 2 sticks of butter now because it's moldy and nasty. So what's going to have to happen is you use the soft butter, and I will have to too for cooking out of here compared to using a stick of butter. Or else that thing is just going to sit in the cabinet.
Oh yeah.
We don't use butter enough to like put it on top of shit.
Yeah.
It's like if we decide to use that, we have to put the stick in, and we're just going to have to start estimating what like a tablespoon of butter
No, I
is.
mean, we can do it for like this.
I mean, I could do it for anything. I just am so used to just getting out a stick of butter and cutting it and then letting it sit. that we have to change like our thought process and be like, no, Marvel better keep her.
Ow.
Okay, so were you gonna fall asleep at 8:30
You're
I was bed yesterday. The day
no,
before,
no, no.
No, on Saturday, your leg hurt so bad, I packed that box, and by the time I finished packing those 2 boxes, you were passed out.
You're two nights in a row. I've tried to get something going.
How did you even try yesterday?
Well, I didn't grab
Then you
it.
really didn't
You
try it.
you fell asleep in my arm.
Aww.
I said, hey, I put my arm out and I said, hey, just lay here for a second.
Mm-hmm.
And then I started playing with your nipples.
Oh, did you? I don't even
And then
remember
you were asleep and you started.
that. Really?
Like, alright, well, I'm putting the office on then.
I'm sorry, babe.
Well, no, you have random snore skills.
Really?
Where it's not full snores, you
I
randomly.
get big booger buildups.
At like 4 or 5, when I have my random wake ups in the middle of the night.
I'm just over there snoring.
Sometimes I'll look over and then I'm on my phone trying to like fall back to sleep or something. So
And then as soon as you doze off.
No. You do that while I'm trying to sleep. It's like this weird little half snore shit that you do. And
Well, at least I don't actually snore. You actually snore.
you don't ever wake up. No, that's what I'm saying. I always I don't elbow you, but I'll like push on the bed.
No way!
Yeah, I'll like push down on the bed so like you jerk.
Yeah.
And then like you move and then you're not snoring.
Why don't you just gotta start rolling me over? I roll you over all the time.
Yeah, babe. You wake up. Like you don't remember or whatever, but like you wake up, if I did that and you happen to wake up, you'd be like, what the fuck are you doing? Where's my fucking enjoy? And you freak out.
I wish I could say I get better, but I probably won't.
Well, no, that's not something you can control. So that's why I don't complain about it. It's not anything.
How are you so nice in the morning? That's what I don't understand. I wake up and I just like have that sour face. Like, I don't want to
Every time you wake up and come out the door, I'm like, fuck this shit out of it.
No, I'm never mad at you. The only time you know I'm. The only time.
You walk out like this every morning. I'm like,
The only time I feel like the only time I'm ever mad is when I have a dream you cheated on me, and I tell you right away. I hit you a couple times, or I come up and I just say like, "Yo, what the frick did you do to me last night in my dream?" So I'm never, unless I say that, I'm never mad at you. I've had a couple crazy dreams though, where like you get killed or I get killed. I had one where Grant got killed once, and then you were there and you got killed too.
fucking weird fuck. Like,
Because I watched too many murder shows.
what are you dreaming about Grant for?
Well, it was like the 2 of you were together, and then I would get like weird phone calls or texts, and the next thing I knew, both of you were dead.
That's okay, and you wouldn't be dreaming about it. What are you dreaming about? I'd rather know.
Oh my god.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. That's a subconscious weird thing. You may not be sitting here like, hey, I want to fuck Grant. I love Grant. He's so hot. But it's a subconscious weird thing. That's human nature.
But I never, but that's weird, because in my head I never think like, oh, he's so cute. I've never like been attracted to Grant. I mean, I told you this before, but like that guy tried to hit on me, and I told him no. There's like, that's not a good example for your theory, because there was never anything there.
No, well, I'm just, I mean.
Just saying, out of all of them.
Okay, it's, for me, if I'm gonna be fucking 100% honest, it's hard for me to believe that at any point you thought Cass was good looking and wanted to date him, but then you don't look at Grant and think he's good looking. Because Grant's out of way far, head and shoulders above of Cass. Same with even fucking a guy like Julio. So like I know you were in your certain like in your phase, your time period, but like for me, that's more what I'm trying to like. It was like, hey, like
I know, but I think
this
like,
dude was like one of the ugliest kids in high school, and you found a way to be attracted to him, and like that
I
was
think
part
he
of
just
personality.
fit, like, I
That
make
was
fun of you and
no.
I get mad, but I think he just fit like until you like it was all dad bods. Like Kogut was fat, Cass was fat.
No,
Julio
yes.
and Grant were built. I didn't like that.
No, okay, but I'm just saying like, okay then, you didn't think Julio and Grant were.
But I also, and that's,
So
and
at
that's
that
like where our
point-
disconnect
at that
is,
point-
because I also knew them. And
Oh,
I just
at that
didn't-
point, it was dad bod, and it was just like, okay, then like, when you almost went to homecoming with Evan Merkel, that was partly, that guy had a dad bod his entire fucking life. So like, okay, so now what's your argument against that then?
He just was weird.
No, that's what I'm saying. No, I know he was weird. That's what, like,
So
I
I'm
get
saying
it.
that's the argument. That's
But
just
no,
how my
that's
brain
why
works,
did you
just
talk
like,
to? What initiated that? Like, there was something.
He
like,
had
you
a
can
dad
sit
bod,
here-
and he was funny.
You can sit. No, he wasn't.
I thought he was in like 8th grade or whatever. I was
Okay,
in
well,
8th grade.
that like he wasn't.
Okay,
And
but,
like how much me, Nico, and Jeff made fun of the kid for trying to be funny and not being funny like that. He was
so
not
I guess that
fucking
just speaks
funny.
more to my terrible sense of
But
humor.
no, but I'm just saying, like, there's. Okay, you can deny Grant and Julio, and it's like, hey, I was into the dad bods, I wasn't into that. Okay, then I can fucking. What about the cashier that was 30 years old at the grocery store that had the dad bod that you were like, oh, come on, no. I'm just saying, like.
I think there's a fine line between
No.
dad bod and just fat. And like I'm thinking back to King Supers, there were no dad bods. They were all just
No,
fat
okay.
old guys.
Like I'm just saying, like you're getting to.
The only
You're just
one,
trying
okay,
to-
at
but
Kroger,
here's-
here you go. So don't
but
say I'm
here's-
lying, because the only one I originally thought was cute at Kroger was Colton, and he ended up being friends with Allie and her friend group, and then she would tell me stories, and then I was like, ew.
But I'm just saying, like, just to. Like literally, what you're saying to me is you've been attracted to 4 dudes your entire life, and that doesn't make any sense.
Like I said, I think
we're
I don't
all
know how to
human.
explain it other than like my brain
You don't
is
have
just,
to sit
different,
here and
like,
be
I
like,
don't
hey,
think
I
I
wanted to
could
have
be-
sex with this dude.
I don't,
Like I get it. I'm not saying anything like that, but I'm just saying like our conversation over the last 30 minutes, you've portrayed yourself that you've been attracted to 4 dudes your entire life. And like that's just wrong. It does like that's nobody alive right now has only been attracted to 4
no, like,
people.
I'll think people are
Doesn't make
cute,
sense.
but I'll never think like, man, I just want to bang that guy, or I
No,
want to
and that's what I said. I literally said that earlier, like my homeowner today. I was like, whoa, she's hot. But I wasn't sitting here like, oh, I want to just bang her. Like that's what rapists and fucking like
So I guess maybe that's
sexual,
my
but like
it's like my
that's
brain
that's
connects the
different.
two.
But I'm just saying, like,
Next time I see a cute guy, I'll let you know.
well, no, you don't have to like get weird about it. I'm just
No,
saying.
listen, I didn't mean it to be weird. I'm just saying, like, now that we've had this discussion, next time I see a cute guy,
But that's
I'll tell you.
also not how it works for normal people.
Where did my fork go? Did you take my fork?
I don't know. Well, that's my steak.
I know that's your steak, but I had one on
But
my.
that's also not how normal people work.
where the frick did this other fork go? There were 2 forks. Oh, here it is.
Like, for example, the homeowner, let's just use use her as an example.
Mm-hmm.
The homeowner that I met today, there was no inclination.
Ah, that could have been so dangerous. Look how this knife just landed.
There was no inclination or anything. Where? Oh. Or anything like, hey.
She thinks you're cute too.
I didn't give her any inclination, and it was just like, hey, like, I just, in the back of my head, I was like, oh, she's a good-looking mom. But if all of a sudden I got a text from her right now that was like, hey, Will, thinking about this, and all of a sudden we started texting, like, that's how all of a sudden it's like somebody that you just think is cute, all of a sudden you start liking them, is talking to them.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, we both, like, I don't think there's an issue seeing somebody and it's like, hey, it's human nature, that's a good-looking person. But, like, once you start talking, that's when it gets dangerous and stuff, obviously. And I've never, like, and that's the other point. Like, I've seen people that I think is good-looking. I've never thought to cheat on you at any point where it's like, oh, I'm in danger of... You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'm in danger of cheating on... Like, I've never been at that point. Because I don't talk to... Like... I'm trying to think the best-looking girl that I've talked to in 4 years outside of you is probably...
Only 4 years?
5 years, 6 years. Well, I'm just trying to think back to my recent
Well,
memory.
there was that... Oh, frick, what was that girl I got so mad about? Brenda something.
That was Grant's girl.
Okay, well, she had a friend,
so
and they all
mad
came
about
to your
it.
house.
I know, you got so weird about that. I don't even remember the girl's name. I know it was...
I can't remember either. I just know
friends
Brenda.
with that blonde chick.
I just know
what was
Brenda
her name?
followed me on Instagram, and so I followed her back.
What was that blonde girl's name? That was like from Maryville High School. That was... And then Julio tried to hit on the brown hair chick. The brown hair chick's like married to Matt Langdon. Rachel Barron.
Oh, yeah.
Rachel Barron.
Oh, Cassie. whatever her name was.
Casey.
I would know.
She's like engaged to... Or married to Justin Graham now.
Yeah, no, those girls
No, it was
were
her
different.
friend.
But she brought... Oh, okay.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like,
There was somebody else.
There
was somebody else besides Brenda there.
Her name was Candace.
Yep.
That's...
Fucking Candace.
I
hate that
They
bitch.
they were friends with...
That bitch tried to steal my man.
They were friends with...
Oh, that's how... I didn't even make that connection
those
with
two
my
girls.
FBI searching.
Those two girls.
Rachel and Casey.
And then there was another one that I don't even remember her name. There was like a...
See, you do remember Candace.
There was like a... I know, I remember her because when you said Brenda. Brenda and Candace are good friends.
Mm-hmm, so Grant got Brenda and you got Candace.
Oh my god.
It's fine, babe. I'm not mad anymore. I just secretly still hate them.
Actually, neither of us got either.
And so you tried?
No. But if we're going to be honest, I was being a wingman for Grant. Because those two were friends and they weren't really close. Like, they came down to hang out with...
Rachel and Casey,
because it was IU.
Mm-hmm. Okay, now where though?
And the only reason that bitch was even a thing was because Grant was trying to get with Brenda. And then all the fucking sudden, he invites them over. And like, me, Julio, Grant, and those two girls, and Julio's going crazy on Candace. So it was like, alright, well, that's the new wingman, that's perfect. And then Grant, like 10 minutes into the night, decides that Candace is a weird fuck, and or not Candace, Brenda
Brenda's a weird fuck, and he doesn't want to be around her. And then it was just like the rest of the night, me and Grant trying to find ways to kick him out, and Julio being like,
All rapey.
not rapey. He wasn't being rapey. It was just like me, Grant, and Julio. Like Julio was just drunk, and we had come to a decision that like, hey, we got to get rid of these two girls right now.
Should have just texted me. I'd have been over there like, what the fuck you bitches doing?
And Julio couldn't let it go. He would, either one of them, he was just anything that would say anything to him. He kept trying to, like, that guy, he wasn't quite rapey. I wouldn't say he was being rapey.
Only with that red-haired girl that was friends with Levi's girlfriend.
I wouldn't say he was being rapey that night, but he was being just like, me and Grant were both like, dude, I was like, Grant, I'll fucking sit here and watch a movie for you. But
we're gonna get
these
IUPD called on us.
these bitches are crazy. And then like 10 minutes later, he comes out of the bathroom and his girl is like just plastered already. And he's just like, what the fuck just happened? We gotta get rid of these. And I was like, dude, alright, let's do it. And Julio just more of like I don't think he was being rapey, to my recollection. He was being rapey to Rachel. That Rachel Barron chick. That poor girl.
Julio?
He
Julio loved her.
Was like rubbing her hair one night, all like
really?
Super weird.
Well, I will say I never worried about Rachel and Casey because of that one house party Megan and I came to at your place where their friend kicked in your door. At that moment, I knew for you were like, fuck all these bitches, I hate them all.
Like, what the fuck was that about?
Because, like, you can't even fix that.
What was that? Who does shit like that? I don't care who you, like, some crazy shit.
You had hit, those doors were cheap. You had to hit those doors hard because, remember when you slammed my bedroom door, you pushed it as hard as you could and it bounced off the other door handle and that's what made the hole. It was like you had to be rough with them.
No, those doors were ass. Great.
What?
I saw it a couple minutes ago. I just can't stop thinking. Fucking work phone.
What was it there? On the
Number that I don't have saved in. Hey, what are your plans for... Shoot, just the address of the house they live at.
That's weird. Why wouldn't it just say, hi, it's so-and-so, what are your plans for this week?
What are your plans for blah, 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 blah? You were supposed to start today. It's like, are you serious? It's fucking 30 degrees out today.
Was anybody painting today?
No, nobody across the company painted today. If they found somebody that can paint, then go with them. Hunter went on a walkthrough today.
Mm-hmm.
This crazy fucking looking house. Like stucco, brick. We're painting some siding that like goes half into his house. We don't do interiors anymore, but like half of the wall goes into his, like one of these walls are an exterior wall.
Mm-hmm.
It's part of his like screened in room that we're painting, or we're supposed to. Just totally fucked. Windows all around it. Totally like just, yo, what are we doing? And then Hunter does the walkthrough and the guy was like, what's your solution for this? What's your solution for this? Hunter tells him like, hey, we pretty much use 3 products. Mm-hmm. Primer, caulking, and paint. We're just painters. He's like, nah, I don't think that's going to be good enough. What other solutions do you have? And Hunter called me right after, and he was like, dude, this guy was scary. He was just like built, huge, just fucking scary, asking questions, staring down his soul. And he was just like, fuck, I don't know what I'm going to do with this. he calls Lana, the salesperson, and the salesperson's like, yeah, there's no notes in it. Hunter was just like, hey, like, Lana, did you feel these vibes when I was there? Or when you were there? She's like, yeah, I felt like that. He kind of, like, forced me into this. She was just like, if you need to cancel it, if it's too much and you think that he's just going to be a problem, we should just cancel it.
Why would she have pushed
Why
it?
even sell it?
Have a backbone. Just
Why
say no,
even
this
sell
is
it?
not going to work.
Why even fucking sell it? But poor Hunter just has, like, the worst area in the world. That
Where's
is
he
down
at?
in downtown Denver.
Oh.
Like, it's all just...
Are a lot of those even homeowners or just like landlords?
No, they're all homeowners. A lot of them are homeowners. And there's no HOA. So a lot of them are like
little
brick houses. Want to do crazy shit. Hunter,
you might have just saved yourself. You might get your dick wet tonight back.
Hunter has a shitty
Should I just start doing that to you?
Wash your butt first.
It's clean.
Yeah, right. You pooped out of that thing earlier today.
So did you.
Yeah.
I've banged you without showering before. Have you banged me without me showering? I don't think one time in 7 years you've banged me without me showering first.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I have.
When?
I don't know.
Don't tell me, because then you're going to make me feel bad. It's going to make you smell. I don't want to know.
And so do I. Come inside.
Keep that to yourself and make me just think I always smell perfect when I'm always here.
No, plus I'm pretty sure throughout half of our last 2 years of college, you had a yeast infection that I'd fucking battled through.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Why?
You smell very bad.
Why didn't you ever tell me?
Because...
Why would you tell me that right after I smoked? Now I'm literally going to be so fucking paranoid.
No, that was 2 years ago. Now, it's... there's
been nothing.
You
said something because I had no idea. Like, I felt fine.
Okay, well, I figured you knew.
The last 2 years of college?
No, probably just last year.
The whole year?
Probably.
You're lying.
No.
Why didn't you ever say anything?
I don't know.
Why did you keep banging me?
I don't know. I didn't know that it was a yeast infection. I just, like, your vagina just started smelling bad. Very bad.
It wasn't just of Charlie's?
No.
And how sweaty and just nasty
No,
I was?
because you would come home and shower. Maybe you weren't showering good enough then.
Come inside.
Could have been that.
Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe you weren't washing your pussy. Alright.
But it's fine now?
They were doing fine by ourselves.
Please, Ethan. Take a seat.
You would just live with a smelly area your entire life?
Yeah.
No.
The things I would do for you.
Just tell me when something's wrong.
The things I would do for you. Stop.
A worthless invalid. Stupid. Wham, bitch. And you. You drag bloody men and an outsider in here like it's nothing and expect to be all safe? There is no safe. Every sorry bastard out there has been ripped in half.
Tomorrow we'll all be dead.
Just like your damn husband. Let him suck it if I said
That's enough.
Oh.
House has protected my family for generations. And drunk or not, you are all welcome and safe in here.
Whatever. Can someone please tell me what the hell is going on?
We don't know. One day we were a quiet, devout village, and the next,
But
the
what though? Tell
and
us.
attacked us. And they kept coming.
Wait,
Louisa.
Where is your husband? Did they?
No. No, he is out there. Somewhere. He went to get help.
I feel so bad.
Yes, that's
I owe
it.
you like
He went to fetch
5,000
help.
blowjobs.
No,
Let us pray
I didn't say anything.
for him. For
No,
all
but I feel bad now.
Plus, it's not like I told you about all like my herpes throughout college.
gathered.
I'm not kidding.
Brave ones, hear our voice. Together as one in reverence.
What?
We call on thee within the endless dark to deliver us into fate's hands.
Doesn't sound like a Jesus plan.
That dude's about to die. Both of those niggas are about to die.
In life and in death. We give glory. Mother Miranda.
Yep, not God.
No. The tea should be ready. Come help me, Elena, please.
That prayer.
Mother Miranda.
I've heard it before. There was an old woman in the graveyard.
Oh.
Oh, bitch is crazy as a bag of rats.
There is wisdom in her devotion, though.
Yep.
And I hope it protected her as it shall protect us.
Holy shit! Holy shit! You just killed that bitch?
And something else.
No, let me go!
Holy shit! Holy shit!
How are you gonna fight this bitch off, babe?
I'll bring her around.
Coming at you hard.
Yeah, I'm gonna run. Oh no! Oh, there's nothing I could do. I tried to run. Just blasted him. She just blasted him in the face. Oh!
Sorry, Father.
That was her dad?
You did the right thing.
Where have you been even I
Elena, no. There's no...
Fuck.
You couldn't save him. He was already gone.
Leave me alone.
No, bitch.
Together.
Yes, and then I'm gonna fuck you. Not me, the Ethan. Not me. Babe, not me. The beginning of this game started with my wife getting just gunned down
So?
in a drive-by. What do you mean so?
You know your wife said in the world.
No, that was
you're not gonna bang some bitch?
that was when. Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Oh.
No, that's my point.
I thought you were saying that's
No,
what it was.
and that was back when my daughter was an infant. Now she's.
You have a daughter somewhere?
Yes, I had a daughter with the chick from the last game. Do you remember the last game, the VR one? When we were in that
Oh,
like
well, those
trailer.
are those shoots that got out.
I'm the same. It's the same guy. The wife, my wife. The game started, and my wife was.
That poor lady.